Hello and welcome. This is going to be one of the extendeds from today's Daily Dharma, and it's going to be pile number 3. So if you chose this artwork, this deck, we are starting here for you. And King of Swords flew out first, so we'll take that as the representation of your own card here. Actually, let's start brand new for you. So as an extended of today's Daily Dharma, the romance card popped out, and it seems to be talking about your value system and compatibility with other individuals, whether that happens to be in your workplace or in friend groups instead of romances. You can stretch the message as you wish. The pile number 2 was actually more so about a different situation as well. So let's go ahead and get ourselves set and settled into the energy. We're going to do a Celtic cross for you with this deck and go through and clarify with the secondary deck, and hopefully we'll have time for some additional oracle cards. Pile 2 got cheated out of those. I only have the recording capacity that I have, so it is what it is, folks. Wish it was different. We'll work on that. Oh, that's the card in the pre-shuffle that flipped over. 10 of Pentacles. All right, so where is our questioner at this time? There we go. Okay, I like it when the major arcana comes out. So you come out with the Moon card crossed by the 8 of Cups. So absolutely walking away from something that's more of an emotional disappointment. That could be a long-standing thing that you're moving away from, developing a better life for yourself from where you've been or from early experiences. But it almost looks like you're having to leave behind more than you anticipated as far as your emotional cups go. I kind of see this tree in the background, like somebody's holding all these cups, like, are you sure you're not thirsty? And it's like you're really thirsty, but you are not going to ask them for something. That's kind of the vibe I get with that crossing card. So it doesn't have to be so intense. But with this particular moon card, look at those crazy little beings that are all over the card. Yeah, so at the time of the lunar eclipse here, you're really facing off with some of your subconscious energies and fears, anxieties, and somebody else is possibly in the background kind of feeding the fears. So that's not great necessarily, but let's see more. I'm going to do yours a little different than I did the previous readings. I'm going to do your clarification all at once to just save some time. So clarifying the moon and the 8 of Cups, and then we're going to go ahead and just use this initial shuffle for everything else. There we go. All right, that actually flipped out in reverse. I don't generally take reversals, but with all this crazy energy and that crazy grumpy tree in the background, you may be getting yourself away from something that was not only unfulfilling but toxic, because with the Emperor in reverse, that's often depiction of that narcissistic controlling behavior, and of course in this deck it's showing a masculine, but as we know, toxic people come in all genders, shapes, and sizes. So stretch the message if you need for your particular situation. But it looks like you're getting yourself away from a situation that wasn't serving, somebody who wanted to perhaps control or obligate you either through power or victimization and weakness, supposedly. It's like your whole perception was kind of twisted around in that way, but you're leaving that behind. You're crossing a bridge, letting the waters flow under the bridge, and moving ahead with your lucky rabbit. So I don't know if you have a pet that you're taking and you've got a real light pack on your back and a satchel in your hand, and you might feel kind of like a clown in some way for putting up with this for so long, but you're following your guidance, and you gave somebody enough chances, it looks like. So coming out to cross the Eight of Cups, we have the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is often a card where we are building something into form. So it's our creative capacity to build something here. So let's get more information. I'll take one more card on that. Is King of Wands. King of Wands with the Emperor card. This one looks a little bit grumpy too, does he not? It's like maybe you had put a lot of effort and energy into building something with this other individual, whether it's an enterprise or a home or a relationship. But this, yeah, it's like you're retracting or, pulling back from, and you were building and now you're not, and something stays behind with them. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward for me right now. I don't like the energy necessarily, but let's push through and see what's coming out here. So in the basis of the reading, we've got Major Arcana, the Hanged Man, this Piscean energy, which is where the full moon is at. And it looks like you're kind of like, all right, not my circus, not my monkeys. The flying monkeys came out earlier too. I can't remember in which reading. But there's just too much complexity, too much water under the bridge. And I think that you have reached a point of surrender, not surrendering to that toxic situation or individual, but surrendering to the universe and saying, I'm not going to keep pushing in this direction. Clearly, you don't want me there, so show me where I need to go. In clarifying that, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So, yeah, you may have had quite a bit of financials in general, just kind of caught up in this situation, whether it was a job that you're now being released from or taking back your power from, or firing a client or something like this. Somebody in your energy was taking you down roads that didn't serve you, and so you're like, okay, if this isn't it, universe, show me what is next. And it looks like your situation is based on that. Ten of Pentacles is however we define success in our lives. So if it's a peaceful home life, so be it. If it's a raise or getting paid what you're worth at work, so be it. That's the basis. It's like, I release everything that doesn't serve, and I'm ready and open to receive what is for me here. So your highest hopes, Nine of Wands, a card of blocking and being somewhat blindsided. Some odd things with this card that I often see. There's like this bandaging or wrapping around the chest, and it reminds me of binding somebody's femininity and showing up in their masculine capacity. So maybe this has been pushed upon you. Maybe this is something that you wanted to do, but it kind of looks like this individual has these wide eyes. Like, I can't believe I have to leave this behind. I can't believe that I allowed myself to tolerate the intolerable kind of a thing here. Boy, that wind is coming up today, isn't it? So clarifying Nine of Wands here, we have Six of Cups. Interesting combo. I'll take one more on that. And Three of Wands, the foresight and information to leave something behind that creates a lot of nostalgia, and to go to, well, I'm taking this in the wrong direction, I feel. So Nine of Wands is that sense of lifting oneself up and out of a situation and being like, okay, that's the final straw, and putting up the boundaries, between self and the toxic situation, having the foresight to understand that just because you have some love and memories in this direction, that there is a soul resonance that you can look forward to. In the recent past, the High Priestess, yet you've been I don't know why I'm getting it this way in particular, but it's like you've been knowing about this for a long time. You've seen this coming. You've tried to um, possibly even manipulate and bargain with a situation, but you're holding the occult wisdom. The eyes of all your ancestors are upon you. So I feel like whatever pattern that you were immersed in with this toxic cycle is something that's been perhaps working its way through your genetic lines for quite some time, and you're taking back your power and consciousness from that, and taking back the black magic that has perhaps had a veil over you. And it's like you're opening up your chest to reveal that Superman insignia here that is your occult wisdom and knowledge. The gnosis that you have here is freeing and liberating your genetic blueprint and soul blueprint from the limitations of your lineage and ancestry here. And to clarify that, Queen of Pentacles, it may have had you in situations that you felt financially obligated to stay in situations that didn't honor you, or that there was some type of financial manipulation, financial control at work, or being put in your place, so to speak, or limited. Oh, there goes that wind. It's like, yes, how dare you? There's an offense that's happened, and the powers that be are so happy that you have recognized this BS that had falsely operated and created veils across your knowledge and your gnosis here. And the full moon is creating awareness around your intuitive ability to be extremely resourceful and to generate your 10 of Pentacles from exactly where you are. It's like, even let's say you're divorcing, then you are entitled to half the assets of what was developed in the partnership. I'm not trying to gas somebody up and say that you're obligated to somebody else's resources, but if people have been together long enough, the legal system where I'm at says that you are. So make sure to know what you deserve, both legally and spiritually, and don't compromise from what you deserve and what you need to be able to be on your own here. And so let's get some coming energies in the near future. What are we calling in here? Yes, I love this Temperance card, one of my favorites. Check her out. She is looking great. She's like getting dressed up like Cinderella, going to the ball, to the masquerade ball. But look at her alchemy. It's spinning out of the crown of her head. It's like somebody may have tried to spin something for you, spin a story for you, but this Spin the Silken Thread Divine came through as one of the oracles here about really allowing your narrative to speak for itself. And so she's holding these two cups, she's balancing he. Take this just, it's just the card, and because she's got this fancy dress on. But you know, it's about recognizing your beauty and your offering and what you bring to the table, what you desire, what you deserve, and then really taking good care of yourself as you leave something behind, and start to really feel yourself getting more polished, even in speech, in vibration, in self-belief and self-love, whatever it might be for you. 10 of Swords, you've got some old faulty beliefs falling to the wayside, old betrayals and disloyal energy here, and whatever this old pattern was, somebody had used it to create confusion in your life, and here you are taking back your power from that and tempering the power that old words do or do not have in your mind, and you're spinning that story back into the divine, the thread of the divine in your life. So, okay, here we have representing you, Eight of Wands. Oh, this is an older deck. I forgot how much I really enjoyed it. Look at that Eight of Wands. It's often the only deck, or the only um, card in the deck that's depicted without people, one of the onlys. And the Eight of Wands here, there is a person on it, and she's surrounded by butterflies, marking her transformation, reclaiming her voice and her throat chakra here. And instead of the wand, or excuse me, yeah, the wands being launched, these wands are coming back down to earth. So some type of idea that may have been up in the air is coming down, being grounded into reality, and you're being able to communicate what it is that you need, desire, and require in a situation, and you're happy about it. So this might be the beginnings of a different situation, right? Where we're talking about the context in the past. Now we're moving into where you're going with that energy. So, Cinderella, where are you going? Six of Swords, repairing your mindset, and there goes that wind again. Healing and transforming. I'm gonna hope that that doesn't fall. Bear with me, folks. So, repairing your own veils, repairing and healing your energies and your voice and your choice, and even with friends and family, when people will speak our future over us, like, oh, well, you're really more of a shy individual. You wouldn't be good at public speaking. But I got to say, in my own experience, many individuals that are told time and again, well, that's not something you're naturally good at. You should do something safer with your energy, something that, you could be more guaranteed success, that low hanging fruit. Or, that person's really, really attractive. You don't want to go for them. They won't be good. Whatever it is, you're getting clear about those limiting beliefs and healing your mind space about that, and having more conscious coherence here with your magical capacity to ground into your creative energy and to receive something that has more growth for you than the low hanging fruit, more nutrient dense experiences for your future. Other people's interpretation of you, you brought the tower to somebody here and you burned it down, I think. Um, oh, but I didn't get a card from here. Um, so, from this deck, okay, the Nine of Pentacles. Yes, so you declaring your sovereignty and solitary independence and your values here. This is this known as the single lady card. So it's like you may have just come out with that Temperance card, that Cinderella at the ball energy, and you're looking good as you do it on your own. Somebody probably told you, well, you can't do it alone, but you're doing it. So don't let the people interrupt your process. If if you're doing something, don't let them come at you and say that you're not, because you are. Um, so yeah, being single, letting something be resolved and be released from your energy, moving into what you're generating here, the Queen of Cups. You're looking for something more emotionally balanced, more emotionally soothing, something nurturing and connected, soulful, uh, more gentle with your energy. Some people always want to be, excuse me, very abrasive or um, aggressive with their values and their beliefs about what's right for others. But you're looking for somebody here, and you're in the mindset of somebody who is very nurturing. You have a lot to offer. You have a lot of beauty, grace, and affection, and you are calling that in to be mirrored back in your experience. and the King of Swords. So this one coming in to clarify, it could be two things. It can represent an X when we see the swords and the other cards laid out here, but it can also be a new individual coming in. So we were just talking about somebody that's harsh with their words. This could also be a father figure, some type of mature masculine that's coming with all of these ideas and everything to say about your process and about how sensitive or calm and sweet you are. But it can also be somebody who comes with a lot of integrity, a lot of protective energies that wants to come in and be truthful and honest and authentic with you. They have armor on. So it may be somebody who's dealing with their own sense of loss and issues that they're working through here too. So let's see, 3 cards for the outcome. From here, we have the Death, the 6 of Wands, and I don't generally read reversed cards, but we have the 7 of Wands that was showing up in reverse. So it looks like there's been a huge transformation already. That's that Tower falling, your single ladiness or single gentlemanness. And then 6 of Wands is like, peace out. Look at that guy taking flight and getting the hell out of Dodge. And it's like, all right, smell you later. Look at all that. It's all these little childish sayings. It's like maybe you're feeling so uplifted that there is a little bit of humor. It's like you've already done your grieving in this process, and you're ready to go out and win at something that's meaningful to you. And with this somewhat possibly reversed 7 of Wands, it's the divine intervention that helps us to not stay in a guarded, blocking perspective here, and helps us to know when to shield and when to be in our feelings about something. And so I sense that you're getting smarter, and you may be using the evil eye or something, because there's all these eyes underneath that want to kind of look up onto that pedestal and possibly judge you and for the choices that you may have been kind of pushed to make, because somebody who's sweet cannot deal so much with aggression. So if it's not compatible, if you can't be friends with that individual, if your values are not aligned, if they make you feel like garbage, it's definitely time to be like, peace out, right? And 3 cards from over here to clarify, we have the 8 of Pentacles, doing your sacred work to get yourself back to that self-loving position of manifesting from what you do need and desire, and what you're willing to work for and what you're not really willing to work for anymore. 2 of Pentacles, weighing your options, juggling some type of transformation energies, and manifesting with the Magician here. So there's definitely a huge transformation for you. This other one wants to come out, 5 of Wands. Somebody still wants to argue and still wants their side to come out, and I think that you have kind of seen what you need to see, and you're looking ahead to those new vistas. Under the deck on the this one here, it says your person is lucky. Remind them. Didn't we talk about that right at the beginning, that somebody may be recognizing what you brought to the table, and now you're recognizing it too? And so you may be reminding friends and family that they're not entitled to your energy or whatever else, that it's your choice. Blend into the environment. You have many skills and can fit into any situation. Take time to assess what's going on around you and adapt accordingly. So you have it within you to be powerful and to make it on your own. You are the chameleon that adjusted and absorbed so much of this toxic energy. If you can deal with toxicity, you can go out and thrive in any environment that you want, because empaths that deal with those individuals who are toxic or aggressive what are we doing except accommodating individuals who can't manage their own energies, right? So we've already been blending in, and I think our time for blending in has given us the skill set so that now we can manage any situation that we choose. But I think we're going to start seeing that the spotlight wants to find us more and more. And so, although we may think that we're the wallflower, we are suddenly stealing the show, the sunflower stealing the show from the rose bush, right? And under the deck here, inner desires. Yes. Set some intentions. You're entering a phase of plenty, and you may have a sudden windfall. Goals are within your grasp. So there is definitely, your inner desires are saying that you deserve better and that there's something really good that you can call in. So, okay, if you're on your own or whatever else, it's important to you that other individuals can take care of themselves, that they can cook and clean and do everything that they need to do to take care of themselves. But for yourself, if you're on your own or if you're in low energy, it does say go out and cook an effing meal. And I guess what I would say for that personally is like, it's important to nourish ourselves, especially when we're on our own, which is the hardest time sometimes for individuals to be like when there's nobody watching. It's easier to just grab an apple in or grab something like fast food for some people instead of actually getting groceries, coming home, doing the recipe, doing that self-care, and then doing the dishes and all this other stuff. It creates a little bit of work, but the implications and the results of doing that are greater self-love. Now for others that are getting back into the dating scene, um, maybe you're going to want to get together in like a cooking type of a group workshop or something, or go on a date with somebody who cooks, or maybe you find it incredibly sexy that somebody else is a chef or something like that. But it says homemade food is foreplay, and so it's a good way to get those energies to come to the surface, in a relationship. If you guys can vibe together in the kitchen, that's like where a lot of people have trouble working together, is in those confined spaces where there's only a couple counters and you got to bump up against each other, you got to reach around individuals, everybody's blocking the drawer or the cabinet. It's like if you have synergy in the kitchen, you can really cook up an amazing romance. So go on a real effing date. Yeah, it's time. Maybe this past person didn't bother with taking you out, Cinderella or Prince Charming. Maybe it's time to go out and take yourself out on a date and meet some individuals. We can't be all the things to everybody else, and nobody's entitled to our energy. And so it's definitely about taking back your energy from what wasn't working for you. You could sit there and itemize everything that you resent or that didn't serve you and burn those in a pit, like came through the daily dharma, and release that and all things that don't serve. But let's also spend some time manifesting what we do want to come in the near future. So here we go. Some other things. Stop trying to control every damn thing. And I think that's who we've been with. But sometimes if we've been in controlling situations, we have to understand that when we accommodate those energies, we become the accommodator because we're trying to control the outcomes. And some of us are trying to control the way that we're viewed by others by pleasing them or something else. So it's good to practice catch and release and letting that shit go. Don't be so extra. Yeah, sometimes just go with the flow. The flow is one of the main messages coming through the initial daily Dharma also. And so the dramas don't serve. And so, maybe we're making some extra demands on our energy. But if we just let the dishes sit there for a minute, maybe our past partner had a fit when we'd not do every damn thing. And so now we're like, well, I can't cook because I'd have to clean. You don't have to clean. And cooking. you can cook so many things, like just by throwing everything into one thing, like a crock pot. I don't use the crock pot half enough, but you can make your chili by, I mean, you can do cans, you can do rotisserie chicken and chicken noodle soup. You can get half and half. You can do all organic. You can go to whatever length you're ready to, and it doesn't have to be a hard and fast rule. But yeah, there's something here that you're not needing to be so extra or controlling or whatever. You're just going with the flow and keeping some shit to yourself here. But it says open your mouth and keep it to yourself. So yeah, I think that you're keeping your energy for yourself and opening your mouth to state to the universe, to state to new individuals and to those that are still around you, friends, family, and colleagues, that it's a new day and you're a new individual, and now you'll be addressed as Cinderella. I'm just joking with you, but yeah, in all honesty, yeah, it's a new day for you. And with this whole new resonance, I think that you're going to start to be dating some new individuals and making it more fun than the need to control, not creating rules and red flags for other individuals, but just saying, okay, that's cool that you like to date around. I'm looking for commitment over here, or vice versa. It's like, all right, you do you. This has been fun. Thanks for the date. Thanks for cooking with me. Nice to meet you. I'm going to go fish and keep on seeing what else is out there, that you have more options than you realize. And just starting to communicate with some individuals, starting to sample the buffet of life and decide which things you're going to go back for and have second helpings of, or thirds, or which things you're going to start to get the recipe and cook in your own kitchen and have your come into your home, right? So it looks like you're getting back out on the dating scene and getting having a good time, and yeah, getting some more playful, humorous energies into your life. So I really like that for you. So go out, have fun, even if it's just with friends right now. Have a new adventure and take good care of yourself here at the lunar eclipse. Until next time.